Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it is free to join. Okay, so within this, we're still looking at the same possibilities. Like I said before, we can argue that this fifth wave has completed into here and that we could be forming a corrective move looking to move down towards the zone here of this 20,757 to this 17,104. This move to the downside is just looking like a corrective structure at the moment. However, there is that potential that we could start to see some other impulsiveness playing out over this move to the downside, but we don't have that confirmation yet. So for the most part, we did actually come back up into this fourth wave location that we were looking for, and now what I would be looking for would be this continuation to the downside to this zone here of this 21,838 to this 21,616. 611 rather. And we could argue that potentially already here we have a 1 and a 2, and we're looking to form that 5-wave structure to the downside. And that would be basically what I'd be looking for here, would be to see whether this high here holds at this 22,662, and whether we actually start to look to break down deeper here. So within this, I'm just going to throw this fib onto this low point there. We've actually already come up to this 50% range. If we did push up higher here, potentially we could look to move up towards this 618 or the 786 at the higher end. Wouldn't really want to go too much higher than this, but yeah, effectively we could still actually see a move to the upside here. So the 1-to-1 would actually bring us to the 0854, and the 786 would be basically this 854 of the A wave to the upside. So this is something we're looking out for. If we do form this as a three-wave structure here, then I'd be looking for that confirmation of that bigger drop to the downside. If, however, we do not manage to, if however we don't break down from this point, we just have to be careful within this structure. They could see something like this as an A, come back down for a B, and then we actually look to push up higher. The problem with that would be that it wouldn't really fit into the context of this fifth wave here. That would start to get too big, in my opinion, for this wave two up here. We're already sort of testing the boundaries there with this wave four currently. Um, it is possible, that we could get something play out here, also like a triangle, which could be something like this, where this comes as an A, we form a B, C, D, and an E, and then we look to break down from there. Like I said, if we had to get a bigger structure though, like this, you know, what I would rather be looking at then is that potentially this could be an A wave completed. We look for a B wave, and then we actually look for that C wave to the downside. Instead of looking at this as an A, a B, and a C, then we'd be looking for that potential that, this is a W, an X, and a Y, and then within this we got a three-wave structured down. So that's something we just got to keep an eye on. We were talking about the 1-to-1 of this move here, this A wave being down here at this 21,600. So if we do move down deeper, yeah, that would be where we would be looking out for that potential C wave completion. Like I said, it's possible that we could look to continue down here this fifth box area. Once we move into there, then we'll have to see what happens off the back of that. What we'd be on the lookout for is if we do complete into this lower range here as an A wave, what I'd want to see is if we actually come back up and potentially retest this zone here of this 24,455 to this 23,415 area as a B wave, and then actually look for continuation to the downside again from that point, looking for these lower target ranges here of this 20,757 to this 17,104 area. So that's something that we just need to keep an eye on. Once this does complete, we could potentially look to change this change this channel a little bit, but for the time being, I am just keeping it where it is, and we'll see if it continues to show us resistance and support along it. So that's the one way we're looking at it. We haven't taken this low yet of this 21,351. So for as long as we don't, we could still look for that potential of this bigger move to the upside. We're right in that zone of that 786. So what we'd want to see if this was the case is we'd want to start to see this progressing to the upside here and taking out some of these key highs, sitting here at this area of this 24,000, and alternatively this one up here at this 25,250. We need to get back above that first, otherwise we could just continue to look for that continuation to the downside here. So this is a bigger move. It would have to prove itself, but basically would be looking for a bigger structure that's looking to push up towards this 29,876. So for the most part, it is still valid, but the current wave structure here is not giving me a lot of confidence that this is going to play out. So yeah, I'm just sort of on the sideline there as an alternative option. The other thing we were talking about in the previous video is that we could actually see some extension within these waves where we have a series of ones and twos here, which we could then look at this. If this potentially moves down, if this fifth wave does break down deeper, and we actually look to push down more towards this 21,099 zone, then we could start to argue that, within this structure, we could have some additional fourths and fifths to the downside here, where basically we form some 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then basically we start to break down here. So this is not as reliable when you're counting ones and twos like this, but sometimes these things do develop, so we're keeping an eye on it. So if we do actually get a bigger sell-off here in the fifth wave and we come down towards this zone, like I said, of this 21,099, what I'd then be looking for is that potential to have a three-wave move back to the upside, looking to potentially move back up, and could even move back up into this zone of this previous fourth wave here, and then actually look for a rejection again from that area. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. And like I said, once we start to see more clarity in this, if this continues to drop, we can start to argue that there could be a different channel that this is potentially forming within. I mean, something like this. We could see this breakdown as a 1 2 3 4 5, or moving down deeper within that in that manner. Or alternatively, if we wanted to take it from the top here, we could look at something more like this playing out, where we're looking for this green third wave to come back down towards this trend line, get a fourth wave back up here, fifth wave, and then it develops along a channel like this. So yeah, I mean, these are still possible options here within this, but what we'll have to see is whether we actually get these if we actually get to these targets, 21,099, we have to see a much deeper movement there, like I said, for that to play out. If the other thing we were talking about in the previous video is let me just turn off these other counts here. If we fail to develop this fifth wave in this instance, like I said, we could either see that we form another X wave here, or alternatively, if if we don't form this additional fifth wave, we might have to just look at a smaller C wave here into this zone, and then look for that possibility of actually coming back up and testing this zone of this 24.55 to this 23.45 415 area. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on this. There is some potential horizontal resistance over here, which does tie in quite nicely with the center line. So if we do move back up here, that could be a zone we actually look for a rejection off of. Alternatively, if we do come back up higher, we could do a test of the swing high here and then look to see how we react from there. And we could actually look for that continuation to the downside from that point. So yeah, there's a few ways that this can develop. For the most part, though, I am waiting to see if this fifth wave proves itself. From there, we can start watching this move and see how it reacts. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it is free to join. As well as that, in the description you'll find affiliate links for Primex, BT, and BYBIT, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. Check them out for yourself. If you use the affiliate link, it does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.